Hi everyone, this is Elisa from Inaya's Toy Box Crochet, and I'm here to tell you what I've been up to. Thank you so much for coming. I do enjoy showing off my makes, and I'm so happy to share them with you. You can find me on social media. I am on Instagram, Facebook, Ravelry, and Etsy as Inaya's Toy Box. So, I didn't film last week. Last week I got a sore throat that made it difficult to speak, so I didn't film last week. So I'm just going to show you what I had done last week first, and I finished this. Like, if I had done a video last week, you would have seen this already. I finished this. If you recall, I've been working on a top since December that I was trying to go it on my own, and I needed help with the details, so I found a pattern, took out the same yarn that I had frogged my top with, and made it. Let me see. How much can I show you if I move back? So, as you can see, this is the Mirasol Pimakuri, and this is Premier Cotton Sprout, and I mixed them together to make this top, and yeah, it's done. I figured out what I was doing wrong. Does that mean that I'm gonna try to make my top by myself again? Yes, just not now. Eventually. I did find another top pattern that I kind of want to make. I didn't buy the pattern yet. I did pick the yarn though. Anyways, so I finished this top. So most of, not this week, but the week before, I spent on this, and I worked on it exclusively, and I finished it. After I finished it, I picked up this guy, which you saw already because I had already started it, and finished him off. So here is my mushroom. This is by... Alright, so I had to look it up because I was thinking Luna Lyra, but it's Lyra Loon Designs. So this is a packet, like when I bought this pattern, it is 3 mushroom patterns, and this is the one I chose to make. I wanted to use this yarn to finish it up. This is Mainstays. I don't remember the colorway. I did finish it up. There's no more left. And so then I found in my stash this yarn that looked nice with it, and I found a better one afterwards, but it was too late. I already finished this. And I matched this, but I matched it more with this yarn than this yarn. I wasn't really thinking about this when I matched it because I thought this looks really good together, these two. But these two don't look so good together. So originally I intended not to do the French knots, these yellow French knots. I was just going to do the circles and leave it like that. And then I did the circles and I didn't like the way the colors looked together. But I had already sewn it on. I didn't stop myself. I do have another color that would have worked better. I just didn't take it out. So I ended up doing these French knots. So I finished this. This is my little mushroom. And I would have, if I had filmed last week, shown you probably a leg of this. So this is something I worked on this week. Yeah, so I made another doll. If you recall, I made a doll not so long ago. And this is, I didn't write down what I did. I just did it for whatever I wanted. But I did write down the legs because you need to, and the arms. Since you need to make 2 legs and 2 arms, I wanted to have it written down so I'd make the same one instead of, what did I do again? So I did write down the legs. Now the legs right now are a mess, like what I wrote. I changed the legs because I told you I didn't quite like the legs that I made last time. And so I switched it, and I like these legs a lot better. Anyways, I made her. Again, I don't know if you recall, the point of making these dolls was to use up my little bits of yarn, mostly my skin tones. I pulled out 4 skin tones to make yarn, and then I was cleaning up and I cleaned up the 4th one. I don't want to go looking for it. I have a lot of little DK cotton yarn, and finding it is not going to be easy, so I'm not looking. This is going to be the last doll. Anyways, I'll probably try to mail it off tomorrow, and yes, she's done. I forgot to put a mouth on her. I hope I remember before I pack it up. But anyway, she's done. So this is an FO for this week. That one, this one was an FO for the week before. So now I have my whips. I have a few whips. One is this. This is the oolong tea shawl. It was not the best choice for me at the moment. I think I needed something with like just a few repeats, row repeats, instead of, this is gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. This is a gorgeous shawl. Look at that. It's beautiful. That's my easy pull tab. But it's a gorgeous, gorgeous shawl. I love it. So far there's no repeats. Every time you have to look back at the pattern, and she does have a small chart at the pattern showing how to do this part, but unfortunately there's no chart for this part. So I read the chart, make the row, and then over here I have to read the description, and that usually gets me lost a little bit. And because of that, normally that's fine. I don't mind doing that, but in this one I'm just like, I have to be glued to the pattern when I don't want to be glued to a pattern for a shawl. But anyways, I started this. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous shawl. It is not hard. Just follow the things, what's it called, the diagrams, and you'll be fine. It's gorgeous. Anyways, I am using a Hobie Black Friday yarn for this, and this is what it looks like. I'm obviously still in the first color. Oh boy. This is what the Hobie yarn looks like. I'm in the first color, and hopefully I'll finish it soon. It's gorgeous. It really is. It's a very beautiful shawl. So that's my first whip that I am going to show you. I have a few. My second whip I am not going to show you because I just remembered that the Seasonal Yarny YouTube hop is showing up. So this one I decided to reserve in case I don't make anything else. But there's a pattern, there's a project in here that you're not going to see until, you know, spring. All right, so what else have I worked on? I have worked on this. So this one, it's got a wire attached to it still. Ooh, the wire's tangled up on everything. It's really big, the wire, because I have to double it up with this wire. But here's a leg, or here's a leg for a doll. I'm making a Harper doll. Now, I saw this picture 1 second while I reached down to get it. Okay, so I bought this book, or my daughter might have gotten it as a gift. I don't remember, but I really, really liked this one, and I wanted to make a doll out of it. But I wanted to do like not perfectly, but very much following all of this with the curves and the two-tone skirt. I wanted to do it like that, very detailed, and with the chin, and I knew I would have to design a pattern for that, and I never got around to doing it, so I just decided to make it out of my Harper pattern. So I'm going to make it not exactly the same, but something similar. I have the arms done, and I am about to start the second leg. There are the arms. Yes, they're wired, so it's thing. And I haven't used wire in a long time at all. And the reason is I watched Granny D, and I had sent her a doll with wire. And she's like, does this have wire in it? And she would very gently try to make the legs bend. And the thing is, even though these have wire in it, sorry if you hear background noise, I don't live alone. Anyways, even though this has wire in it, because there's like a layer of stuffing and there's a layer of crochet, they don't just bend easily like a Barbie doll or anything. You actually really have to fold it in half, and then you'll see it bend. And even then, it doesn't bend all the way. And when I saw like the Granny D and other people on video were being really gentle with the dolls, like just going, oh, maybe it doesn't bend, I realized that there's very little point in putting wires on a doll you're meant to sell. But I'm planning to do a video with these dolls, and I'm going to put wires in them because of that, and hopefully the video will be interesting. But anyway, so far all I got is a leg. So those are, how many of my whips? 3 of my whips. I have 1 left, and that is, if you recall, here's all of these. Oh no, I have this. This is an FO. It's an FO, except I haven't sewn it on yet. Why? Because I can't find thread. But I found thread, by the way. I just bought some more thread, so hopefully it'll be sewn on. But I showed you one of these squares that I did, and it was too small for what I had planned to do with it. So I decided to make it into a bag. So there's 4 squares onto this. This is the bags where I'm going to sew it onto this, and this will be the lining inside, and this will be the outside. And it'll be like this. Or like this when it's sewn. This one is sewn up, so this is what it'll look like. I forgot to show this, but I finished this. This one was, again, not a last week project, but the project the week before when I was working on the top. I finished this guy. So this is using Ice Yarn's Mona Lisa. I don't know the colorway. It's all numbers. I have to sew it on still, but yes, I'm going to make another one of those bags. So I have this yarn. This is Darn Good yarn. It's silk yarn, and what's it called again? It is called Mist. So this is the yarn, silk roving worsted weight yarn, and in the colorway Mist. It's a little thicker than a 4-weight, or a thicker 4-weight. Anyways, I have this yarn. I used 1.5 of it in a beadie that I made a while ago, and I wanted to use the rest of it up, so I decided I'm going to put it with this bag. And so I was going to look up stitches, but Crystal to the rescue. Bag of Day Crystal came up with a new stitch tutorial, so I am using that. And this is the cluster V-stitch. And so this is what I'm making. I am very close to finish. It's not going to take too much longer. It's like this right now. So it's not going to take too much longer. It's almost done. So this will be one side, and this, when I finish it up, will be the other side. So those are the things that I made this week, or these past 2 weeks. Now I got exciting news. I got myself a sewing machine, a really small, cheap, but it's still a Singer sewing machine, and I'm hoping that I can learn how it works and make lining for, because I really want to make bags for some reason. Well, I want to make bags. So I want to, and these are fine, but I want to be able to, like, there's a lot of frogging involved in figuring out to make sure that it'll go around the bag. I want to be able to just make it the way I want to make it, and then make the lining fit the bag instead of the bag fitting the lining, which is what I'm doing here. And so I got a sewing machine, and hopefully I'll be able to make the bags that I want to make, the bags the way I want to make it. So, like, I have envisioned my bags being made a certain way, and I've never made it that way because I don't have a sewing machine. I'd have to hand sew everything, and honestly, sewing is not my favorite thing to do. And the idea of hand sewing the lining, so instead I got myself a sewing machine, and I'm going to try to make linings inside the bag. Now my sewing skills are not good. They're not good at all. But you know, I guess practice will make it better, right? Hopefully. Anyways, I just got it. It just came in the mail along with the thread so that I could sew those on whenever I feel like sewing those on. And to tell you the truth, it's been so long, I'm gonna have to hype myself up for it. But anyways, I got thread, I got a sewing machine, I finished some projects, and we'll see what happens next. Although I do want to start that top. Did I tell you that I found a top pattern that I like? I chose the yarn but didn't buy the pattern yet. Well, hi sweetheart, I'll buy it soon. That's my son. I'll buy it soon and make the top out of it. And yeah, the oolong shawl I think is gonna take a bit because I've been in the mood to do more simpler, you know, like 3-4 row repeat rather than like 50 something row repeat shawls. So it might take a little while for me to finish, but everything else hopefully I'll show you soon. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you'd like to hear more from me, please subscribe. Bye.
Bye.